All right, in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to create your tool chest the right way. And then there's one thing I will be doing that will help your takeoffs down the line. All right, so the first thing that I like to do is I like to come up here to review, go to profiles, and then I'm going to use the quantity takeoff profile. And then the second thing that you're going to do, you're going to click on your tool chest. So I'm going to go here to tool chest. I'm going to go down to manage tool sets. We're going to click add. I'm going to call it Sally's tool chest. Click OK. And this is the file path where your tool chest will be saved. So I'm going to click save. And now I can see my tool chest here at the very bottom. You're going to click OK. And now the tool chest is empty. The tool chest is blank. All right, so first I'm going to start with just a simple takeoff, which is a perimeter. I'm going to click on the perimeter tool. Then I'm going to go here to my railing, click, then double click at the end to finish. And I'm going to add this to my tool chest. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to click on the properties up here. I'm going to call it railing linear feet. I'm going to put this under railing. Then I'm going to go down here, and I don't really like when I see the railing, the naming, and then the linear feet, because if you have too many takeoffs, it can get a little convoluted. So I'm going to uncheck it, and then there it is. Then we're going to make sure we're selected on the takeoff. We're going to right click and we're going to say add to Sally's tool chest. Now, if you see it up here, it might look a little bit weird. You might be wondering what's going on. So you have to make sure you go to the gear and then click detail. Now the name of the tool chest will show up right here. And then the other thing that you need to do is to right click on it. And then, not sure why it's not showing all the way, but right here, down here, it says properties. You're going to want to make sure you change it to properties. All right, so now once you change it to properties and you're doing a takeoff for all your railing around the project, instead of having to create it one by one each time, then you just go up here to railing, and then you can just start doing your takeoff. And then once you select your takeoff, you can either go down here to your markups list, and you can see all your different takeoffs down here. And then if you want to look at more properties, you can come up here to the gear and then look at the properties here. All right, so that was our linear feet markup, and then we added it to our tool chest. Now the next one that I'm going to do is going to be cubic yards of concrete. So I'm going to use the volume tool, and then I'm going to start with, let's just say this is a slab, and then I'm going to do something a little bit different here that is going to help us out once we do more takeoffs down the road, and then we add it to the tool chest, and we also use the different columns and custom columns that we're going to create here for concrete labor and then labor total. So bear with me and then we'll get there. All right, so we created our first markup. We're going to make sure that, let's go up here first, give it a name. We're going to call it concrete labor. Bear with me for a second. We're going to say this slab is 6 inches. Make sure we uncheck the caption. We're going to say the color is yellow, highlight, and then fill opacity is 40. And then we're going to go to the measurements section and then make sure we tell it that this depth is 6 inches. All right, so anything in here. Oh, and also make sure you change the volume, the units from cubic yards to, or from cubic feet to cubic yards. But if you want to leave it as cubic feet, you can do that as well. So now that we have this guy, we can go ahead and say right click and then add to Sally's tool chest. Now make sure you select the tool chest. You go down here and change it to properties. All right, cool. So now we're going to duplicate this guy, and then we're going to go here. We're going to say 8 inches. We can also change the label here to 8 inches. If we go back to the properties, it's concrete labor. So this is good. And then right click on it. We're going to duplicate it again. Select it. I'm just going to change the label here, 10 inches, but we can also do it in here. Make sure you change the depth to 10-inch concrete. Cubic yards, this is good. So let's just go ahead and do a few markups here, because I'm gonna get ready to show you guys how this works with the different concrete labor and labor total custom columns that we're getting ready to create. I already have them here, but I'm gonna show you guys how to create them. So we're gonna do a few of these, and then we're gonna do a few of these, and then we're gonna do a few of these. Now I'm gonna show you guys. So if I would double click here, I can say this is all 6-inch, and then 6-inch. Actually, if I go to the measurements here, concrete labor 6-inch, and then I go to the 10-inch. So as you can see, I gave it different dollar values for each item that I have here, for each takeoff that I have here. So let's just say, for example, we're throwing theoretical numbers. For a 6-inch slab, we typically charge $1 per cubic yard to pour. And then the next thing that I do here is I multiply that $1 per cubic yard times our total cubic yards for this markup. And then this is going to give us a total labor of $1.03. All right, so in the next video, I'm getting ready to show you guys how to set up your custom columns to get you the concrete labor and then the labor total.